Well, you can pick me up or you can put me down. You can look me straight or you can turn me around. I tell you this, ain't never gonna dance with you. You can say you love me, you can say you care, but my broken heart won't take you there. I tell you this, ain't never gonna dance with you. Ain't never gonna dance with you. Ain't never gonna dance with you. Well, you know I danced with you before. I lost the fields to the western shore. It felt so good to hold you close and near. I heard you laugh as I spun you around. My feet had scarcely touched the ground, but then you simply smiled and disappeared.
Sunday, 14th of October, about 11 o'clock. Some beacons over there. That's Llangorse Mountain. And Penasmawr, Mynydd Troed in the mist. And surprisingly, there's a lot of people here. It's, well, the weather's not great, but mildly. I'm going to be walking into the mist, and I'm going to walk down to Bwlch and get picked up there. But yeah, surprising, a lot of people out somewhere. It's lovely to see Penavon and Conwy just popping out of the clouds in the distance. Should make for an interesting walk. Up we go. A little bit further up, not far from the high point of the first part of Llangorse Mountain, and there's Llangorse Lake, and the beacons have now disappeared, as has Mynydd Troed in part. But you can see that Mynydd Troed has suffered a lot of wildfire stuff in the recent past. Half the mountain is black. Wouldn't have fancied being up there when that was going. Anyway, onwards and upwards. A little bit further up, there's a sort of bowl of Llangorse Mountain, and I'm on the ridge, heading to the top. Llangorse Lake in the background. I don't want to say too much, but it almost looks like there's blue sky trying to break through in the distance. And this is me facing into the wind, with the rain coming horizontally at me. And I love walking ridges like this, when the weather's not too wild, just horizontal rain. Makes you feel alive. Anyway, I do think that is blue sky coming over. I may get, by the time I get to the trig point, I might get some decent views of the beacons. Anyway, signing off. I'd take a panorama, but those pair would probably walk into all of it. I'd have moving sheep everywhere. Definitely looks like there's a bit of blue sky in the distance over there. And I've been pretty lucky actually. The mist seems to have been everywhere I'm not, which is quite nice. And Llangorse Lake looks pretty full as well. Always nice to get to the trig point. And what I'm walking is somewhat wet up here. There's Callum and Bwlch down the distance there. Beacons over that side, and trig point with a red dragon on. I know that Bwlch has got a trig point with a red dragon on, but don't know of many others. I wonder if there are any more in the Black Mountains that have got the old red dragon symbol. There's definitely a threat of blue sky over that way, but it doesn't seem to want to come this way. Oh, and there's someone with their dog over there. They're aware of the sheep up here, because they certainly haven't got that dog on a lead. Anyway. Llangorse in the distance, which is surprisingly not fog bound, especially as there are clouds beneath me at the moment, and the way they're hanging there is absolutely gorgeous. They're just stationary, or seem to be, probably not. Anyway, one last whiz around. I'm not going to stay here for too long because I left my gloves on the settee. So when it's blowing a gale and the rain's coming at you horizontally, leaving your gloves on the settee is a decidedly bad idea. So I'm heading off this way. Following the path you can see down there. I'm going that way first, and then heading across that mountain and down into Bwlch there, where I'm being picked up. One last little look at the trig point. One last little glimpse across towards the beacons. And back round to Bwlch. And I gotta go before my fingers freeze off and I can't press the stop button. This is one of those strange formations you find now and again as you're walking. On the map they call them pile of stones. Can't imagine why. Anyway, the mist seems to be clearing from most of the peaks. There's just a tiny bit of blue in the distance there. I've come down from the top up there and past lots and lots of sheep actually. Some with very strange colourings, black all over except for a little tuft of white in the head and a tuft of white in the tail. Back round again. I'm heading this way, which is heading down in towards Bwlch. I suspect it's going to get a lot wetter and a lot slipperier from here on in. It certainly was the last time I did this in this sort of weather. Storm Callum has just been through in the last 2 days and dumped a huge amount of water on Wales. It's some of the worst flooding in 30 years ago in the newspapers and the BBC. So once I get over the top here, I suspect this slightly wet path is going to become a mud bath. Ah well, all part of the outdoor life in the middle of October in the Black Mountains and the beacons. Indeed, I agree. And I've seen one soul today from a distance walking their dog. Anyway, time to go, as I think I'm going to need 2 hands for this. Nowhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be. Down here, that's a path, and so is this, but it's not ridiculous. I just bumped into a group of 6 or 7 boys and their teacher on Duke of Edinburgh Gold practice expedition, and this is their first day out, and he said they've got 2 other groups that have been out here for 3 days, and you just think, oh god, Duke of Edinburgh in beautiful countryside, but they're back up there somewhere. The other 2 groups have been camping out in a storm for the last 2 days. And they're heading to Mynydd the Forest, although they weren't sure what it was called. And I said, oh, up and over Llangorse. Yep. I said, enjoy that. I suspect Llangorse today will be horrendous. Anyway, gotta go. A little bit further down towards Bwlch. looking down to Crickhowl and Abergavenny. Getting a bit of rain dumped on them. It's raining a little bit here, nowhere near as bad as it was. That's the other side of Llangorse Lake. And the beacon's up there, and there's definitely a threat of blue sky over there. Just hasn't come out yet. I was up on that hill up there somewhere, and I've just passed two young people, one in shorts, a t-shirt, and a cap, and the other one in wellies, shorts, t-shirt and a cap, and the first one had trainers on. And I was just thinking to myself, dear God, this is not the place to go wandering around dressed like that in October in the rain. You want to go wandering around in October in the rain dressed like this, head to toe, covered up, sticks and boots, so if anything does happen you can deal with it. Because if one of those hurts themselves, and it is slippery around here, then there you're going to get very cold very quickly. Anyway, you can't legislate for idiots. And this is a lot less damp and muddy than I was expecting. And I gotta say, I do love being out in the mountains. Come what may. A fun guy. Few jokes about comedians, etc. Right, must go. Ring my good lady wife. Tell her I'll be about 3/4 an hour down into Bwlch. Oh, I've got pony heading my way, and it's definitely clearing up. Mountain in the distance I've come from. Panorama looking stunning with a cloud. Pony now looking at me thinking, don't like the look of him, I'm off. Don't blame me a bit. And there I seen someone else. And then in the distance there's a little pillar that marks the point you start heading down into Bwlch. There's the edge of Llangorse Lake, and that hill in the distance is the one I came up and over. A couple of crows heading past. Oh, and the Sugarloaf's just peeking out over the shoulder of Table Mountain there. And Abergavenny looks like it's getting a lot of weather dumped on it. This has been a very pleasant walk. Bumped into a few more people than I expected. But then again, I think this is part of the Beacon's way, so I shouldn't really be surprised, even if it is middle of October and the tail end of a storm. And there's the There's a fantastic view. It definitely looks like it's brightening up. I should have come up this afternoon. Oh well, I've enjoyed myself. Time to drop down into Bwlch. And this is the little pinnacle point sort of thing. You can see the Sugarloaf sticking out a bit more over there. And this is the high point before you drop down over that edge into Bwlch. Pen y Fan's looking stunning. Pen y Fan, Cribben and Convy there. Blue skies heading this way. Llangorse Lake in the distance. And just lovely and quiet. Absolutely cracking day. Anyway, that's away. Last look down towards Abergavenny, getting rained on, and the little pile of stones marking the top of the descent into Bwlch. It's just gorgeous around here. Oh, and I think that must be Llangorse over there. Anyway, gotta go. This is the last part of the drop down into Bwlch. You can see how steep it is by looking at the vertical telegraph poles and the angle of the wall. And I'm not actually walking while filming, going down into Bwlch, which is there, because this is just one mud bath and it gets really steep down the bottom by that house, and it's going to be interesting. Both hands, both sticks, both feet clinging on to get down. Anyway, I'll sign off with a picture of the backpackers when I get there. End of the journey, new in, and lots of cars going past, so I'm just going to stop now and wait for my lift. A lovely walk on a wet Sunday morning.